Hi everyone, it's Maggie and I'm here with another project share. And this is a mini fabric book that I created and I wanted to share it with you. And I'll show you first, the base of it was this little book here. And it started off as a 4 by 5, 4 inches wide by 5 inches long. And I had some of the leftover fabric from making my regular size fabric books, and so I was able to make a few of these bases for little mini books. And this is what I came up with for the first one. And let me see if I can, now that it's finished, it's kind of like 5 by 6. And the spine is like about an inch. And so I started off with the cover, the front and the back cover. I'll open it up. And I put this shabby trim all around. And then to finish that off, I put this, it's like a sage green flowery trim. I wanted to bring out some of the colors from the image. And I didn't use people images in this one. And I also, I used paper rather than fabric. I wanted to mix a little bit of paper in with the fabric and see how that came out. So after I finished doing, the edging, I added a little doily underneath here. And then I added the image, which is, you can see the Eiffel Tower. It has some very pale yellow roses with some green for the leaves and that. And I wanted to bring those colors out. A little bit of beige going on. So I went around the image with this piece of trim that I had left over from another project, this little piece here. And that finished off the image. And then I added this little piece of applique and a little rhinestone piece, and the little pieces here, the flowers, I added the clay flowers, and you probably won't be able to tell, but these are yellow with little pink buds in the middle. And I added some tiny green and pink clay flowers on the corners that show. And then here is a little applique and an acrylic flower with the rhinestone in the middle. And then this is a paper butterfly. And I like how that came out. I think it came out pretty cute. So you open it up and there's a pocket. The first thing is a pocket, and I added some paper pieces, beautiful you, like a little title thing. You are one of a kind, and then a frame with some writing in the background. So that goes in the pocket. And then the pocket is made with half of one of those square panels. And I finished the top of it off with this little piece here. I used a lot of my scraps in this one because I didn't need a lot. So I went around the edging with this trim here and then finished it off with a pink, kind of like a peachy pink flower trim. It's the same type of trim as the green one on the cover. And I added this applique with the little acrylic flower and the rhinestone in the middle of that. And that's all I did to this page. And then this page, here's another paper image with a heart and some roses and little buds. It's got some green in there. So I went around the image with this little flower trim here. And this is an applique in the corner and a rhinestone button in the middle. And then this here's a little flower I made using just a couple of little different applique pieces. And then these little ribbon type of flowers with the pearls. And I added some more of this trim here on top of those leaves just to give it a little bit of interest. So that's those 2 pages. Let me make sure I'm in frame here. And then the middle 2 pages have bluish backgrounds with a little bit of green, a little bit of pink. And so I had, again, that flower trim. I had it in blue, so I went around that. The edging, I used this trim here all around. And then the 2 paper images. Let me bring it a little closer. You can see the, let's see, this one here is flowers, and there's some writing in the background. This one has the teapots and the clock. So on this page, here's another doily. I went around the image with this trim here, and then these are just pieces of a trim with pearls in the middle of the flowers. Here's another butterfly, a paper butterfly. I kept the pages very simple because there's not a lot of room to work with. Here's a little flower with some pearl dangles from my stash. There's another doily underneath that, but you can't see much of it. And then I put this trim around it, this white trim. And then here's a paper heart. Here's another flower I made using different pieces of flower appliques. I just layered them, and a couple of little ribbon flowers with the pearls in the middle. And then, so that's those 2 pages. And then the last 2 pages, this I'm calling just kind of a flower page. I went around the edging with this trim here, and then I finished it off with this trim here. And then this here is part of a flower applique that I had the pieces left. And then here's another applique, and I added a gold rhinestone button in the middle of that. And then this image, which is so pretty with a different type of clock and some roses and the teacups. I added that trim from the front page, from the front cover. There's a different doily underneath that. Then there's these 2 pieces here, the goldish color flowers, and a couple of different little rhinestone pieces in the middle of that. Here's another butterfly. I guess the main theme is flowers and butterflies. And then here's another little piece here. And I guess that's it. So I don't know why I can't stay in frame. Maybe it's this that's kind of throwing me off. And then you're back to the back page again. So that's it. That's just my little mini fabric book. I started it off on a live, I think, New Year's Eve. I think it was New Year's Eve. And I'd gotten the front cover and a couple pages done, but I finished it off camera, and I just wanted to show you the finished project. So if you'd like, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. I still have a couple of more of those, so I'll make a couple more at some point, but I'll try to use like different themes, and I'll definitely be using different trims and embellishments. So I hope you like it, and I hope you'll leave me a comment, and I'll be back again within the next couple of days, either a project share, or maybe I might go on live and do a little bit of crafting on that. So I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.